Now let's go in and create all the other animations we need when we have the Power Flower equipped. We'll select the player so that we get the animation panel working. And now let's just go through and create each animation one by one. To help us, we'll open up and take a look in the Animations folder. Here, we can drag this window out a little bit more in order to see all the previous animations that we've created. So since we already have idle, we can create our duck animation, change the word normal to power so we keep the same nomenclature across each of our animation states, and save this out. In our artwork folder, let's filter out flower and textures again so that we have all of our animations easily accessible. We'll change the sample rate to 12. Here, we'll drag the duck sprite over. Let's create our next clip. Back in Animations, taking a look at what we already have, we now have duck, we now have idle. Let's do our jump, and we'll change this to power. We'll change the sample rate to 12, and now let's drag the jump sprite over. Save our changes and create a new clip again. Back in Animations, let's work on our slide. Once we've done that, we can move over to the next animation. Now let's do our walk. We'll change this to power as well. We'll hit save, change the sample rate to 12, and now we'll drag over both of these sprites to build out our animation. And let's hit save. Now, back in our animator window, all of these new states are being added, but they're just off to the side. So let's drag each one of them over into the Power Flower substate. And let's just scroll around and make sure that we got everything. There was one other one hid down here. It looks like the Power Player walk animation for me was hidden off to the side, so we'll drag this over too. Now, we just need to go through and set each one of these up. We'll arrange them in the order that we had before. Doesn't particularly matter where you put them, I just like to keep things consistent. So as I continue to build out states of the game's animations, I can have them all follow the same structure. So here, we'll make a transition and work clockwise around each of these. Going into the settings, setting the duration to 0, getting rid of can transition to self, and making sure that we add the right conditions. Here, our jump is going to be equal to 2, and we'll make sure that our equipped item is equal to 1. We'll make a transition to our power slide animation. We'll change the duration to 0, uncheck can transition, and this anim state is going to be 4. We'll make it equals, and we'll add our equipped item equals 1. Now let's build the transition from power walk. We'll update the settings, and we'll make the anim state 1, making sure that we define this as equals. And we'll change the equipped item as well to 1. And the final state will be duck. We'll update our settings, and we'll make the anim state 3. Make sure that you always set these to equal, or you might get some weird animation transitions. We'll do equipped item, we'll do equals, and make this 1 as well. So at this point, if we save everything we've done, and we go into the game, we'll make sure that we still have all the states that we have when we're normal. And now if we pick up the flower, you'll see that we should be able to walk, we can run, we can jump, and we can wall slide, and everything appears to look normal. So one thing is that you can try to change this manually to test out how this would work. So you can set this back to 0, and we can now see that our transition has gone back to 0. So if you wanted to lose the power flower, for example, let's say you get hit by an enemy, all you need to do is change the equipped item back to 0. That will transition our player back to the other set of animations, which are our default normal ones, and it'll appear as if you've lost the power flower ability. Next, let's look into building some fireballs and letting the player shoot them now that we're able to equip the power flower.